Hello and welcome to this video where we are going to learn how to send emails to specific tags in one email list. You know, subscribers come to our email list and we give them some tags. And then after, how to send one or a series of emails only to those who have the specific tags. And that's what we are going to see in this training done by Shelly Turner. Bye-bye.
What we're going to talk about today, you guys, is how to send an email sequence or just an email, a single email or more than one emails to specific people on your list for specific tags. So what do I mean by that? Let's say that I have a bunch of people that signed up for different lists, or sorry, for the same list, but I have them categorized differently. So I've given them tags. So maybe some of the people have a tag that they came from website 1, and the other one has a tag that they came from website 2, and then a third one has a tag that they came from website 3. Well, what if I want to send website 1 people a specific series of emails that I don't want website 2 and 3 people to get? If I want to do that, then I have to send those emails out to those people that have that tag. So the first thing I have to do is make sure they have the right tag. And then the second thing I need to do is make sure I set up my emails so that they are going to that specific tag. So let's go ahead and talk about how we can do that and how we can set that up. So the first thing I've done is I actually set up my my email list. So I'm going to show you my list inside of Mailingboss. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we'll go here to Mailingboss. And inside of Mailingboss, I'm just going to go to lists and then click the word lists. So lists. And I'm using this email list right here, Pearl Scarf sublist. So Pearl Scarf subscriber list. And in here, I just set it up as a double opt-in. You guys have seen me set up lists before. If you haven't, go a couple weeks back to the Tuesday night training. I go through setting up a list for you and doing a couple more things for you. So check out that training. Not very hard to do. I'll go into the overview so we can take a look. I've got 2 fields in this list. I'm collecting the name and the email. That's all I'm collecting. So I've got first name in there, email in there. That's all I'm collecting for this list. Then I set up my websites, and I'm setting up 3 separate websites. So let's go ahead and jump into those and take a look. So I'm going to go here to my Cheetah, into my website list, and I've got test site 1, test site 2, and test site 3. And all of these are going to the same Mailingboss list, all of them. So I'm just going to test all of them and see if they're all working correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and go into edit this site, which is the test 1 website. And it is so basic. It's very, very basic, you guys. It's got a home page, an email confirmation page, a thank you page. On the home page, we've got an opt-in form. So I'll open that up and show you exactly what that is. And it'll take a second for these to open up. So I've got a Pearl Scarf Test 1 website. Here's the email marketing form. And if I go into the email marketing form and hit this little set list, I'm going to make sure it's connected to Pearl Scarf subscriber list. And I'm going to click save. And then I'm going to click the little set link. And I'm going to make sure that the email confirmation page is set. So I'll go to page and email confirmation and save. And then the subscription confirm page. So I'll go to page and thank you and save. And let me do that one more time. Email confirmation page, target, open in the same tab. And subscription confirm page, open and save. And then I'll click the big save. And that's fine. So now I've got my email confirmation page set up for page number 1 in site number 1. Okay. And then I'm going to open the email confirmation page. So I'm going to click edit. We're just going to open that page up, and we're just going to make sure that it says confirm your email. And we'll save it and publish it. And that's what I'm basically going through and doing now is I'm saving and publishing every single page to make sure it is active so we can test it and make sure it works. So this one says, please confirm your email. So I'm going to click save, and then that's fine to publish. And now that page should be ready to go. And I'm going to go to the thank you page, and I'm going to click edit page. And this is where my person's going to get tagged. So I'm going to take a look at your eyeballs a minute. So I'm going to stop sharing and look at your eyeballs. And on the thank you page is where I'm actually tagging my people. Now, here's what happens is they're going to fill out that opt-in form. with their name and their email. They're going to land on the email confirmation page, and it tells them, make sure to confirm your email, check your email and confirm. When they click that confirm link in their email, they'll get sent to the thank you page that says, congratulations, you're confirmed. And that page has a tag on it, so that when they land on that page, it sees them and gives them a special tag. That way I can tag them with that website that they've confirmed their email for that website. So let's see how we make that happen. Okay, so I'm going to go to share my screen. So here's the email confirmation page that tells me you are confirmed, and it's also the thank you page. And what I need to do is set it up so that there's a tag that happens. And I have to set this up on the page settings. So I'm going to go into where I have all my pages listed. I'm going to go to the thank you page, and I'm going to click the triple dots here, and I'm going to click settings. And when I go to settings, there's an area right here that is associated with Mailingboss. It's integration key and then tag reference. Okay, everybody see that? So the first thing I need to do is get the integration key from Mailingboss. That's where the integration key comes from. So I'm going to hop into Mailingboss, and I'm going to go to this menu over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go all the way down to where it says integration. I'm going to click that. There's my integration key right here. So I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to take it back in here and paste it right there. Now I need to create a tag reference, meaning what does Mailingboss have to relate to be able to give them this tag? Okay, Mailingboss is looking for something to relate to be able to give them a tag. We have to set that up in the system. So I need to click add rule, and then I'll put a reference tag here, maybe test 1. And the timeout means how long do I wait until they give them this tag? And I'm going to put 0 for 0 minutes, meaning they land on this page, they're going to get this tag right away. Then it says, what list do you want to associate it with? I'm going to associate with that Pearl Scarf subscriber list. So I'm going to click that. And now the action. What action do I want Mailingboss to take? Well, I want them to insert a tag value. And then I just type in the tag that I want. So I can type in test 1, tag 1, pick 1. Here it is 1. It doesn't matter what you name it. I try to always name my tags with all capital letters and keep it as simple as possible. So I actually pre-created 3 of these that are all connected to the Pearl Scarf list. Okay, so I'm going to close that and go down to where they're at. So the first one is page tag 1. So I'm going to connect this to my test 1 website. Okay, so I'm going to copy that reference right there. It says page tag 1. It's connected to the Pearl Scarf subscriber list, and it's inserting the tag. So that's what this is going to do. So I'm going to go back to those settings, and I'm going to put in page tag 1 right there. So what that means is once that person has opted in and we have a name and an email for them, when they land on this page, it's going to give them the page tag 1 tag inside of Mailingboss. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click save. And that one's ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save on all these pages. I'm going to close that page, close that page, close that page. And we'll reopen the thank you page now that we've made a change to the settings. So reopen it, and I'll click save again. And then I'm going to show you another little trick that I do. So we click save and publish. And then I'm going to close that and close that page because we're done editing that page. And now, do you see this unpublish button right here? Whenever I change anything like what's listed over on this left-hand side for the entire website, or if I change the settings of a page, I need to unpublish the entire website and then publish it again. And it's going to get everything that's saved on the page level, pop-up level, and settings level. Okay, so we're going to make sure that all of the settings that we just changed are saved. So publish confirmed, and I'm going to click OK. So now this should be ready. I actually connected a domain to it already, and I connected test1.pearlscarf.com. Okay, so now let's test this and see if we're getting the user inside of our mailing list. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the website, and we're going to see if this person gets tagged. So I'm going to go ahead and put just in a test name, Tester Rooney 1, and Tester Rooney 1 at gmail.com. And then I'll click my button.
You said 1, but you typed 2.
Oh, did I? There we go. Now it says, please confirm our email. So this is not a real email. It's just a test email. So let's see if we got it in Mailingboss. So I'm going to check it out. Here we go. So lists and lists. And there's my Pearl Scarf subscriber list. I'll check out my subscribers. And there's testimony 1 right there. But there's no tag. Can any of you guys tell me why there's no tag right there?
Not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed. So I didn't land on that thank you page, did I? So as soon as I land on that thank you page, when I confirm it, then I'll actually be confirmed for that list. So we can test it with a real email in just a few minutes, okay? So let's go ahead and test it with, let's see, do I have my Mailingboss or my brain loop open? Nope, let's test it with a real email and we'll make sure that it works. So I'll go to daily emails, Shelly, and we'll go to testing@builderalldiva.com. And then we'll go to the live site and I'll go back 1 page. And this is testing 1, 2, 3, and then testing@builderalldiva.com. And I'll click my button. All right, it says, please confirm your email. So I'm going to go over here and here's testing@builderalldiva. So I'm going to click the refresh button and refresh again. And sometimes this happens really fast and sometimes it doesn't. But this is part of it. Whenever you're doing this, you need to test, retest, test again, test again, test again, test again. It'll drive you nuts when you're trying to get it all worked out, but it is really important to keep testing and keep testing. There it is. So now I'm going to click here and I'm going to click confirm. And now it says I'm confirmed and I should be tagged with page tag 1. So let's check it out in Mailingboss. So there's my subscriber list. I'm going to click refresh and I didn't get tagged. There's no tag there. So I'm not sure why it's not tagging, but we'll check it out and see if we can figure it out. So we've got it tagging on the thank you page. So I'm going to go down here and click settings. And I'm going to make sure that I have my integration key and my page tag 1 in there. And I'm going to go back to Mailingboss and I'm going to make sure that my settings for the tag are correct. So I'm going to go to integration. And then I'm going to go back here and it's page tag 1 and Pearl Scarf subscriber list. So I'm not sure why it's not tagging, but that's okay. We're going to run through and test some more and we'll see if it magically starts to tag. So no worries yet. All right, so let's go ahead and check another one. So I'll go back to my site list. And we've got Pearl Scarf test 2. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that one. And I'm going to fly through all those settings again. So I'm going to edit the home page. And so we'll open that up. And I'm going to open up the thank you page. And I'm going to open up the email confirmation page. We'll just work on all 3 of them. And we'll have them open up. And because I've got so many things open, it's probably going to take forever for them to open. All right, so here I am in the email marketing form. I'm going to click on it and connect it to the right list. So there we go, Pearl Scarf, and save. And I'm going to click save, and that's fine. And then we'll make sure that it's got the right pages in there for the set links. So I'm going to click on here, and we'll send the first one to the email confirmation page, and the second one to the thank you page, and save again. And that's fine. And we did everything we need to on that one. So I'm going to click close. And then this one is great. Oops, this one right here. No, we're going to do the subscription confirm. So I'm going to click save. And then that's fine. And that's all I need to do on the email confirmation page. So I'm going to close that. And then on the you are confirmed and you are tagged page 2, I'm just going to click save and publish. And then close. And that one should be fine. Now I'll go back to Cheetah. And on the thank you page, I'm going to make sure that I have my tag settings. So I'm going to do my integration key right there. And then page tag 2 for the tag reference. So everything looks great there. So I'm going to click save. And then I'm going to unpublish and publish to make sure that everything is saved like it should be. And then we'll test this one to see if this one's going to work for us. So let's see. And I'm going to use, let's see, let's go to the website. And we'll do Shelly and Shelly at builderalldiva.com and test it. And it says that that person's already subscribed, which makes sense. So I'm just going to show you, apparently this is going to just totally wig out from what I did earlier. So I'm going to show you something a little bit different. Instead of going this way, I'm just going to manually put my subscribers in because this is kind of pitching a little bit of a fit. And I want to get to creating the emails for you first because the emails are where everything's at. So let's go ahead and just manually put subscribers in with tags. And then I can really show you how you can set up these emails to go out. Okay. So I'm going to close up Cheetah. We're going to go to Mailingboss. We're going to just handle all of this in Mailingboss. So before I get started with adding anybody in manually, I'm going to go ahead and start creating some emails. So we can actually go to workflow. Excuse me. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new workflow. So I'm going to call this the tag workflow. And I'll save it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and add a list. So I'm going to click list and drag it over. And for this one, I'm going to click on it and we're going to choose the Pearl Scarf list and click OK. And so now I've got a list in the workflow and I want to add an email sequence in there. So I'm going to click on the arrow and I'm going to go to email sequence. And I'm going to choose to create a new sequence. And we're going to call this tag email sequence. And it's connected to the Pearl Scarf list. I'm going to send it to future subscribers only. And let's say that we'll create 6 emails just for the heck of it. And I'm going to click create. And then OK. So now what it's done is I've got a list right here. It's connected to an email sequence. And in the email sequence, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emails. Okay. So now what I have to do is I have to actually set up these emails so that I can decide what tags they're going to go out to. So I'm going to create some tags. I'm going to create a tag 1, a tag 2, and a tag 3. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into edit our email. And right here on the tags, it says select a tag to filter for. And these are the tags that I have available. And I'm going to choose tag 1. So what I'm doing is I'm saying I want this first email to go out to only people that have the tag 1. They can have other tags too, but if they have tag 1, I want them to get this email. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to actually edit a little bit. So let's see, email template. And we'll call this you have tagged 1. We'll just put that in the email really quick. Save. There we go. And next. And then I'm just going to activate later. All right, so the first email is going to catch tag number 1. It's only going to send to people that have tag number 1. The second email, I'm going to click that one on the tag, and I'm going to choose tag number 2. And I can even add new tags if I want to, but I'm just going to choose tags that are already there. And then I'm going to click OK. And then I'll edit this email as well. So email template. And I'm going to say, you have tag 2. And then we'll click save and next. And save and next. We're not doing any exceptional setup here, you guys. And then activate later. There we go. And then number 3, I know this is going to be hard to believe, but we're going to click the tag. And I'm going to set it up so that it finds tag number 3. Okay, so it can have tag 1 and 2, but if it does have 3, then it's going to go ahead and send, even if it has tag 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to edit that email. And so we'll go to email template and say, you have tag 3. Fabulous. Then I'll scroll down and click save and next. And then I'm going to go save it next. And then I'm going to go activate later. So we've already done email number 1, 2, and 3. I haven't done anything with 4, 5, and 6 yet. And the reason I haven't is because we don't quite have as much power in the workflow as we do if we go into a little bit different area to edit our emails. So I'm going to show you a second area where you can go and actually choose to not send to certain tags. Okay, so in this area, we said if they do have tag 1, if they do have 2, or if they do have tag 3, we can actually set it up so if they do not have tag 1, it will send to them. Okay, so let's check that out, and we'll see if we can get it set up. So I'm going to show you a different area where you can choose if they don't have certain tags. So I'm going to go to share my screen, and I'm going to go ahead and save the workflow in case we want to come back here. And then I'm going to go back to the main Mailingboss area, the home page. And here I'm going to go to campaigns and then email sequences. And here we've got our tag email sequence, and we've got all of our emails right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show more. So we already set up email 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at sequence or email number 4. So I'm going to go ahead and click the update icon. And when I do, I go to some new settings that you haven't seen in the workflow area. And that's right here where it says campaign tag filters. This is where I can set up that they do not have certain tags. So I'm going to click add a tag filter. And I'm going to say that they must not have tag 1. And I'm going to also say they must not have tag 2. And I'm going to say they must not have tag 3. So I've set up 3 different rules here that says if I want to send this email out to them, they cannot have tag 1, they cannot have tag 2, and they cannot have tag 3. If they have any of those, they're not going to get this email. Does that make sense? Yes? Maybe? Okay. I'm going to click save and next. And then I'm going to add in here, does not have tag 1 or tag 2 or tag 3. And then we'll save and next. And save and next. And then I'm just going to say, oh, it says save and activate, but I'll have to deactivate it so I can show you how to activate all of your emails. So you can see now that I have edited email number 4 in that sequence. Okay, and it's actually activated. I'm going to click pause so I can pause it. I don't want it running yet. So I still have email number 5 and 6 that I haven't done anything with yet. Okay, I'm going to go back to my workflow. And we're going to find that workflow that we just built. So all the way down here, tag workflow. I'm going to click on that and activate it. And now what I have to do is I have to activate these emails that I want to start going out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this little clock right here, and I'm going to activate email 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we've got those ready to go, and I'm going to activate them. I think the only thing I have to do is it doesn't have a subject line. So let's see if we can change the subject line. So I'm going to click on the email and maybe email information. Let's see if that works. So the campaign type list sequence, there we can edit the tag right there. So save and next. And then here's the email that we can edit and then save it next. And then from email, reply to, and their email, and then right here. And this was the first email. So this is you have tag 1. Fabulous. And then save it next. And then I'm going to go ahead and save and activate. And I want this to go on 0 days. So I want it to go right away. So as soon as they subscribe, I want this email to go out. So I'm going to click save and activate. All right, so that one's ready to go. So for tag number 2, I'm going to go ahead and edit that one. Click email information. And for this one, we've got the tag filter on, which is great. And save and next. And there we have tag number 2, which is great. So save and next. And then the subject, you have tag 2. And save and next. And then I want this one to go out on 0 days as well. So I want this to go out immediately. So just like the other one, this one's going to go out immediately. And then I'm going to go save and activate. So now email number 2 is activated and ready to go. Now email number 3, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to click on it to edit, go to email information and filter tags. And then I'm just going to go to save and next because my tag filter is there. And the email's ready to go. So I'm going to click save and next. Subject line is you have tag 3. And then I'll scroll down and click save and next. And then I want this one to go out 0 days. So you guys see that all of these are going to be sending at the same time, but it's going to be based on what tags they have. And then I'm going to click save and activate. If they're not activated, they won't send. And now I'm going to go to email number 4. That's the last one we edited. And I'm going to click to edit. And I'm going to go to email information and filter tags. And there's my filter information. It's just like we did over in this other area, right? So I'm going to click save and next. And there's my email. We don't need to edit that. So I'll click save and next. And on the subject line, I'm going to put you do not have tag 1 or tag 2 or tag 3. And then save and next. And now I'm going to go ahead and set this for 0 days. So it goes out right away. And then I'm going to click save and activate. So I now have 4 emails that are active and 2 emails that I haven't done anything with, so they're not going to send. So it doesn't matter if somebody joins the email list. Those 2 emails that are not active, they're not going to send. So only the 4 emails are going to send. And even those 4 emails, they're not going to send to everyone. They're only going to send to the people that have very specific tags that are associated with them, right? Is that right? All right, so does everybody understand what we've done so far? Kind of?
Can I try to say this back to you?
You can.
So if I have 4 buckets of people that I might want to treat differently, I can tag each bucket with its title and then make sure that each of the other ones is not going to the buckets I don't care about.
Right.
Okay.
That's it. Go ahead, Chris. You are muted. There you go.
Here I go. All right. I guess the question is for me is why is it just a secondary thing? Like for a backup that you're saying, I don't want if the emails going out to tag 4, you eliminated 1, 2, and 3. How come you did that? Why can't you just say, I want it to go to tag 4?
What I want to show you is that I can send it to someone that has no tags.
I missed that. I don't get it.
Yeah, like say someone came into your list and you don't have them tagged as anything specific. What I want you to see is that you can rule out tags as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so you can send to specific tags or you can send to non-specific, right? You can rule out, say, don't send it to these. So in effect, what we can do is I can say, okay, they can have tag 1, they can have tag 3, but don't flip and send it if they have tag 2. Right? So now you can start having a really powerful list, because think about it when you're building like full websites where they're landing on specific pages that you build, and you can see, okay, they landed on this page, they landed on this page, they landed on this page, they skipped this page, but they landed on this page. You may want to send them a very special sequence that says, I noticed that you skipped this page. That's not a healthy thing. You need to see this page. Here's the link. Go check it out. Right? Does that make sense? So that's why you want to go to that other tag area that lets you disclude. Is that a word? Disclude? Disclude a tag rather than include a tag. Disinclude a tag?
Exclude.
Not include.
We'll call it a Shelleyism.
Exclude. That's really good.
A Shelleyism.
That's a Shelleyism. That's exactly
Like a
right.
Shelley box.
There you go. That's it.
That's the medicine kicking in.
I'm saying I haven't taken it for a couple days, but it's still there. But anyway, I wanted you to see that you could pick and choose that I want to send to this tag, but anybody that has this tag, I don't want them to get that email. Okay. So now let's actually start putting in some emails and seeing if they get those tags and get those emails. So what I want you to do is, will you guys do me a favor? You can private message me in chat if you want to, or put it out there in public, but you don't have to share it with everybody. But send me a couple of emails that you will check your email. And I will show you putting your email into the system manually, and we'll manually put some tags in there, and we'll see if you get the right emails. So give me a couple of emails to work with, and you guys can see how this works. And you guys are not, you guys are like, she's not getting my email. I'm not sharing it with her. She's going to spam me all over the place. All right, I got a few now. So let me jump in and let me share my screen. And let's see this one. There we go. I'll share. And now let's go to my Mailingboss list, since I've got my emails active and they're set to go out immediately. Okay, that's important to remember. You guys won't set them to go out immediately most of the time. Most of the time, this is an email sequence that goes out over a period of time, but we want these emails to go out during our test period. So we've got them going out immediately. So I'm going to go back to my main Mailingboss area, and we're going to go to my lists, and then to my Pearl Scarf subscriber list, and I'm going to click my subscribers. And here's my list of subscribers here, and I'm going to create a new one. And so the first name is Chip, and email. And I'm going to go ahead and tag him, and I'm going to say he has tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3. Okay. So what emails should Chip be getting? Do you remember? Should he get all 4?
Should get 3 of them.
He should get the first 3. Why is he not going to get number 4?
Because it's not listed.
Do you remember I said when I was setting it up the 4th email, I said, do not send. If he
Do not have tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3.
Yep. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to set him as confirmed and save changes. Okay, so he's got all 3 of those tags. And now what happens, you guys, is we can go back to the subscriber list. And here's Chip. And I'm going to click this little email icon right here, and it's going to tell me all of the ones that sent. So I'm just going to click that. And so far, it's not triggered any of them. So I'll just click again. And here's the first one. And I want you to notice email sequence number 4. Do you see here it says out? That means it's out of that list. He's not going to get that email. So that's what out means. So it's taken that 4th email and it's run it up against those rules. And it says, okay, it's out. He's out for email number 4. So now let's refresh and see if it says anything for the other 3. So, oh, and I got another sequence going out to you too. So we've got, I think you've got some of my other ones from my other tests as well. For some reason, they're still sending, but you're getting 1, 2, and 3, and then number 4 is out. And so do you see how they're queued? So they're queued to send, but they haven't sent yet. So we'll get a success message. Let me refresh again.
I've received 6 emails.
Yeah, you should have received 6. So those are part of the tag email sequence and tag 1 email. So let me see if I can find that sequence. I'm going to go to email sequences, tag email sequence, and email tag sequence. So this is actually the second one that's sending from a test that I did earlier. And so I'm just going to click delete, and yes. And we are deleting that from the system. So now only the newest one that we've made exists. There we go. So let me go ahead and get another one. And the second email I'm going to get, let me stop sharing. This one is Marcella. So I'll grab her email and then I'll share again. And Marcella, we're going to go to our lists. And I'm going to add you into the Pearl Scarf list. So we'll create new. And we'll say Marcella. And I'll put that email in. And Marcella is not going to get any tags. So in order to get this, to get the 4th email, she cannot have tag 1, tag 2, or tag 3. So she does not have it. So she should get the 4th email. Should she get email 1, 2, and 3? Remember we said that they have tag 1, they have tag 2, or they have tag 3. So is Marcella going to get 1, 2, or 3? Everybody do this.
No, she's not.
No,
She's
not.
excluded from those.
That's exactly right. So we're going to make sure she's confirmed. And then we're going to click Save Changes. And now she's ready to go. And we're going to go back to our subscribers list. There's Marcella with no tags. And we're going to look at what emails are sending. So nothing yet. The system is still figuring out what the rules are. We'll refresh. And refresh again. And refresh again. And we'll just give it a few minutes because it's just not wanting to do it right away. But anyway, while that's thinking about it, are you guys understanding what the tags mean and how you can set it up for emails so that they go out to certain tags, they go out to certain subscribers that don't have certain tags, and you can even do a mixture of both. So if they do have this, but they don't have this, then send it out to them. Go ahead, Bonnie.
I missed the beginning. How did you get them tagged?
I've manually tagged them. I had it all set up to do it in the Mailingboss.
But I heard you say something about if they went on a page that got tagged. How do you?
Yeah, I had that all set up to do, but there's something.
How does that work though? Where do you do that?
You do the integration key just like you did in Pixel Perfect.
Okay.
Do you remember the integration key and the reference ID?
I don't know if I ever used it.
Yeah, it's for some reason it wasn't working, but I'll test it and we'll do a whole training on how to do the integration. So
Okay, because I came in late and then I was like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, I had
if
it
they go
all
on this
set
page
up.
or that page and they don't go on this page, you can send them an email. Why didn't you look at that page? I'm like, how did they get tagged on their pages?
Yeah, I did it manually, but I had it all set up, you guys, and then I went to do something and I clicked the delete button and I just deleted the whole thing. So I was like, oh my gosh. David, go ahead. You are muted. You actually like unmuted, then muted, and then muted back.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's the sequence part of Mailbox, and then there's the tools section or whatever you're calling it right now, the workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Which is best to use?
I bounce back and forth because I feel like I have more control outside of workflow because I know my way around the system real well. But you can basically do everything you can do in the system in workflow. You just have to know exactly what buttons to push. But I feel like I can get around and see everything better the long way around. But workflow is actually shorter.
And my opinion on that, Shelley, is that if I don't use workflow, I have a really hard time finding the emails sequence that I was working on, because it's stacked. So with workflow, you can look it up easier.
That's very true because it's connected to your list right there.
You can just look up workflow, and if you name it right, you can get to it really easy.
Yeah, I just do search. I know what my lists are named, so I just do search. So I find them really fast that way. But yeah, either way, it's okay. Workflow, with you being new to Mailingboss, workflow would probably be better for you to learn.
I have a question, Shelley. It's Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
When you visit a page that there's a tag on it, how they recognize you? Because it's with an email. So if I'm going on the page and go back 3 days later, how they know who is on the page? Is there some cookie somewhere for the email, because it's a subscribe list?
Yeah, but remember that you're clicking to confirm from the email. So I think it's carrying that information with it.
Because if we're going back in 3 days and visiting another page, do we have the tags for that page? If it's not on the same day or same sequence, or
I don't know. I'm not sure that I understand the question, because once they're tagged, they're tagged.
yes,
And they're getting tagged from clicking that confirmation email, clicking confirm, and then going back to that page.
Okay, let's say there's a tag on the thank you page. Okay, and I'm going out of the website and come back on the thank you page 3 days after, and there's another button on that thank you page that sends me somewhere else, and I want to put a tag for that page too, but I'm not visiting that page the same day, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the tags, because how they know it's chips at support at educational stage that going there.
Yeah, that for the thank you page, that's true, because I think it works because you're clicking confirm from the email.
Yeah, that one will give me the tag. But if there's another tags on another page, but I don't visit that page that day, I'm not sure if there's a cookie somewhere to tell Mailingboss it's that subscriber that visiting that page.
I'm not sure. I'd have to test that out to see.
But you understand my question now?
I think I do now. If it's just if you're roaming around the internet, nowhere near that email confirmation, and you land on that thank you page, the tag can't be triggered. Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no tag can be triggered because it just doesn't know who you are.
So
Yep.
you don't, you're not sure if they put some cookies to recognize the email?
That one I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever tested that to see how can you get them to tag even if you're not coming from Mailingboss or coming from a page where you entered the information and going straight to.
Okay.
Pixel, couldn't you, on that page?
Yeah, you'd have to do like a pixel. Yeah, Facebook pixel.
Yeah,
Right.
with the Facebook pixel, it will work, but I'm not sure if it would tags, Mailingboss tags, if it will work.
Nope. I don't think it would. You'd have to have them doing something. And that may be why my tag didn't work this time, actually, because I took them in the first example that I did, I bypassed the email confirmation page and just went straight to the thank you page. So I think it carried it straight from the opt-in form to the thank you page. And I didn't do an email confirmation page. I just sent them straight to the thank you page. And so it tagged them right away. So I bet you that's why it didn't tag this second time with you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, Willie?
Hey, Shelly, if you look inside of the Cheetah, they do have tag, I think tag configuration inside of Cheetah, not in the settings.
They do, but what happens is that's on a list basis. So when they land in the list, they get a tag. But what I was working with earlier, I could have several different opt-in forms going to the same list, and then each opt-in form, they can get their own tag. So I'm going to show you guys, I think I figured out just now why my tags are not working. So let me go ahead and jump into those email forms, and we're going to test this out. So I'm going to share my screen, and we'll open Cheetah. So Cheetah is right here. And I think because I had that email confirmation page and then the thank you page, that's how I set it up for you guys, because that's actually the right way to set it up. But to get the tags to work correctly, we need it to go from the opt-in form to the thank you page immediately, no email confirmation page. So we're going to test that out and see if that's the right idea. And then I bet you we get a tag like we're supposed to. And then you don't get that error when you have multiple opt-ins going to the same list. You can actually start tagging them with different tags when they come from a different opt-in page and going into the same list. So let's test that out. I'm going to go to the first one. So I'm going to edit site. And all I'm going to do is open up the home page and make one stupid little change. And that is, instead of sending it to the email confirmation page, I'm going to send it to directly to the thank you page. So I'll show you where that's at. So right here, when I set it up to set list, this one right here, instead of sending it to the email confirmation page to give them instructions to confirm their email, I'm going to click right here and I'm going to go to page and send them to the thank you page and open. And there we go. And then we'll send them to the thank you page and open and save. And we'll click out of it and save. And that's fine. All right, let's see what that does. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, we'll land on the page. And we'll go to the live page. So we go to the website and we'll just put in, let's do a refresh to get the right one. And let's see, Shelly Fuller at gmail.com and my button. And it says you are confirmed. Now let's go back to our list and we'll see if it got on the list. Shelly Fuller, and there's the tag. So that was the problem, is I had to skip that email confirmation page and send it straight to the thank you page.
Question.
So now this person got the tag. Go ahead, Chip.
But doesn't that mean they could get your lead magnet on the thank you page without ever confirming their email subscription?
That's why I would put a lead magnet inside of a membership area. Huh. Yeah, I would never just put it on a thank you page.
Okay.
They'd either get it in that welcome email when they confirmed, or they'd get it for in a membership area. One of those two.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shelly, if I may ask, I had a list that had about 50 people in it from a promotion that I did this week. And some of them had two tags, like $7 offer, and then another one would have like trade mentors, because company Trade Mentors sent out a thing for me. I had trouble on some of them removing the tag. I would go in and open up the email address or code or whatever it is here, unique ID.
Mhm.
And then the tags would show, and I would say edit, and then I would say delete tag, and I'd click the close box, and then I would click save, and I'd go back, and the tag was still there.
Hmm.
I don't know why.
Let's see if we can do that. Let's see, this is an
Okay,
overview.
third one down. Third
So
one
this
down.
person here has 3 tags. So let's see here. We'll go to update. And right here are the tags. So let's just take tag number 3 off and then save changes. And then we'll go back to the subscribers and see what it did. It still got it. So it's apparently that's a glitch in the system. It says, nope, you're not going to get rid of those tags. So
I'm a good glitch finder.
it's okay. Delete it. Delete it. Yeah, it's just not going to delete. So I'll let Bruno know. He's our programmer that works with Mailingboss, and I'll let him know that we cannot delete those tags. Okay. So that's actually why the subscriber form didn't work. And let me tell you something cool about the way the subscriber form works now. We had the problem before, and you saw it just a minute ago, when I put the email confirmation page in there, and then I had 2 different domain names, test1.pearlscarf.com, test2.pearlscarf.com. When I used the same email, it gave me an error page. Do you remember that? That butt ugly error page? If you send it straight to the thank you page, you can actually then use 2 different domains going to the same list, and you will not get that error page, and it will update them with the tag that you give on the second subscriber list, just like it did the first on the second opt-in form. So let's take a look at that so you guys can see that in action. So excuse me, I'm going to share my screen, and we'll go back to Cheetah. And so this is Pearl Scarf test number 1. And remember, we just skipped that email confirmation page. So we're going to go to Pearl Scarf test number 2, which is right here. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to make it skip that email confirmation page. So I'm going to edit the home page. And I'm going to change my settings on the opt-in form so that it just goes straight to the thank you page. So we'll let it load. It's like this. And I'll set the link. And when I click it, I'm going to go to page and thank you page and save. And then this one, same thing, page, thank you page, and then save. And then save the settings, and then save and publish. Oh, and I usually have to click, let me click outside of it. There we go, click outside of it, save, and that's fine. Excuse me. And now let's see if this one works. So I'm going to go ahead and test it. So we'll go to the live site. So go to website. And it was Shelly Fuller at, what was it, gmail.com? Is that what I did? Let me see. Shelly Fuller at gmail.com. So it's the same exact email that I used for Pearl Scarf test number 1 website, right? But if I did this and it was connected to the email confirmation page and then the thank you page, this would give me an error. It would give me a really ugly page that said, do you want to update your information? But if you skip the email confirmation page and go straight to thank you, it'll actually take the information and give you the second tag. So let's see if that'll work. So I'm going to click my button. And now it says I'm confirmed. So I didn't get that ugly error page, right? And now let's go to Mailingboss and see if I got the second tag. So I just refresh. And there's my second tag right there. So that one's a really cool one. That is, what that means is now you can set up multiple opt-in forms to go to the same list. And then each time you send them to that list, you can just give them a new tag, right? You don't have to worry about getting that stupid, ugly error page or anything like that. Willie?
I just noticed the one that you had the tags, it was confirmed. Now you do have the last one is unconfirmed. See if you can go back and take the tags off of the ones that's unconfirmed.
Oh, let's see. That's a good point. Let's see if we can take that off. So she is unconfirmed. So I'm going to click it and then save. Nope. Nope. Can't take it off. It's just a tricky thing that's happening. But also, if you saw Marcella, remember we were waiting for her emails to come in. So if I click emails, For some reason, it set that second list out, even though I deleted it already. So it sent her, I want you to notice she did not have any of the tags. Remember that? So she should have only gotten email number 4. But because there's 2 lists and it's not letting me delete that other sequence that I have, it's setting the number 4 email out twice. So she actually got success on the number 4 email. But on the other emails she did not have tag number 1, tag number 2, tag number 3. So it says she's out. She does not get that email. So that's what it says out there. So Marcella should have gotten 2 emails, which are the number 4 emails. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? Let me do David and then Bonnie.
If you have the same form on 10 different pages, you know, like request the newsletter on page 1, request it on page 8, etc. Would you want to put a tag page, the name of that page, and another tag, the name of that page, and another tag, the name of that page? So you would know which page they went to opt in?
What I've done is I've set it up on different domains, actually different subdomains. So the main domain is pearlscarf.com. And the websites that I set up are test1.pearlscarf.com and test2.pearlscarf.com. And that's what allows me to set up the 2 different opt-in forms that are going to the same exact list. But I can still give them a tag, and it's not going to give me an error.
But
if you have them on the same website, on the same exact domain, it's probably going to get confused and give you an error.
Rats.
Yeah. But it does work on subdomains and then different domains. Okay, Bonnie?
So you want to have them confirm your email. So how do you get them so that it goes to a confirm email? How do you know which one they're going to get to first?
They're going to get their email that says, you know, click here to confirm.
Oh, it's going to get that anyway?
Yeah, they'll get it anyway. So on the thank you page, that's where you can take advantage of the space to tell them, remember that you won't get your lead magnet until you go to your email and click confirm. Okay?
Yeah, I know that. And I'm like,
yeah.
This is what happens when you don't feel well. You can't remember everything.
I definitely know, because I certainly didn't feel like teaching it all up until probably yesterday. So
yeah, I was fine till yesterday, and then I got the sore throat.
Oh gosh, I'm hoping it's not the coronavirus. I'm just saying.
No, it's only on one side. It's on this.
Oh gosh.
This part of my throat and this ear, but the rest of it is fine.
Oh my gosh.
I have another question, Shelley.
Go ahead, Mark.
What's the difference between the tags from the rules and the tags from the right column on a page? You can put a tag there.
I haven't played with that one yet to see what the requirements are for that. Have you played with it yet?
No, because I try to understand how they recognize which subscribers is on that page, because someone asked me to help him with the tags, but there's some technical things that I don't understand yet.
Right, and I think there's still, that may be an area that's still being developed, because they're getting the smart tags ready as well. So, you know, the auto tags that we have, so that you can set up your profile with certain links or information, and then you can add those into the page. Those are about ready to be released. So I was playing with that today, but they were not working. So
okay.
So I think all of that's going to be related, but I don't think it's actually ready yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll do a whole nother training on auto funnel tags, because those are cool. Those are ones that you can build funnels for your team members, and you can set up so that you have all of your affiliate links in URL 1, URL 2, URL 3. You teach your team to put their same affiliate links in those URLs and in those fields, and you can create a funnel for them, and it automatically puts their links in there for them. So you can share that funnel that's pre-made for them, and it will have their links in it. So we'll do a training on that when it's ready, because that one's almost ready. So
because just a minute. Because one of the purpose of the tags is if they buy something from you, so they go on that page. So then you put the tags there, and it will move automatically the subscriber to another list.
Right.
But the tags has to work properly to do that.
Right. Yeah, I think they're still working on all of that.
Okay.
But we know that what we saw today definitely works.
So if they bought something and they were a lead before, not a customer, and then they bought something, you can set it up where it will remove them from the lead and put them into the customer list. Is that correct?
You can.
Yes,
You
that's
have
why
to
my,
set the rules. Yeah.
that's why I asked my question, my first question, because if they don't buy today and they come back in 3 days and buy that day, are they going to move with that tag? That's the what I'm trying to understand.
That to me, Mark, would be a separate way to tag, because what you'd have to do is if they make a purchase, you throw them into another list, which then adds the tag, but then either copies or moves them into the main list. So when they get moved over to the main list, they bring the tag with them.
Okay.
So that would be list hopping for fun.
Okay, thank you.
And that's when it starts getting complicated, right? Because you have to have those holding lists that hold them for just a second to tag them and then move them over to the main list so they can bring the tag with them. So I think that we're going to see some more advanced training on how to get those holding lists so that they land in the list after they make a purchase or something like that. They get the tag, and then you bop them over to the main list so that they come over with the tag. It's going to be interesting to do some of that training. I've done a little bit of that training already, but haven't done it for Cheetah yet. We've done it in Pixel Perfect. So that's a kind of an advanced training. That's definitely one to bring your thinking cap on for that day. Willie, go ahead.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
First, since we working in Mailingboss, I have some domains I can't get. It's not showing up in my the domain thing to get. It's not showing up in there.
Are you talking about not showing up in the domain list to be verified?
Yes. Well,
are the name servers pointed towards Builderall?
Yes.
Then they should be showing up. So that would definitely be an issue where you need to talk to support so that they can check out why. There's got to be a name server issue.
Well, this one is still in Pixel Perfect also.
Okay.
My second question about the blog. When is the blog going to come out?
I could tell you, but it would be a lie because I really don't know.
All right.
Yeah, they haven't given us a definite date yet. I've heard a couple times Eric has said end of February, but I have not seen or heard anything about it yet. That's not unusual though, because it could appear tomorrow. But the reality is that it's really hard to put dates on these, and especially when you talk about a blog, because it is big, it's complicated, it's got a lot of programming, a lot of connections, and we haven't tested it yet. And I know you guys would rather us get it and test it and fix some of the issues that might be there before it's actually released and start working on it. So the goal would be let them give it to us to test first. So even if they gave it to us tomorrow, we'd want to test for at least a week or 2. So I can tell you unequivocally, if I get wind of it and it's ready, I'll ask to test it for at least a week or 2. So.
Okay. Is it something that I can go out at as an example? Right now, I'm really tired, so please excuse me. Is it something that I can put in place as a blog?
You can, from what I understand, you can work in the Pixel Perfect blog, and we're going to be able to import what you do in Pixel Perfect into Cheetah because the build of the blog is really similar. I think that Eric said the only thing that won't come over are the categories, maybe. The categories or the tags, but if you build it in Pixel Perfect, we'll be able to port it over to Cheetah.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you not
but
have
honestly, if we're 3 to 4 weeks away from the blog being released, I just hold off and put it all in Cheetah and not have to build in Pixel Perfect, and even porting it is going to take effort. There might be little snafus. So if it's 3 to 4 weeks away, I'd wait and build it in Cheetah.
Okay.
Could we not do something in Pixel Perfect in a drop-down menu when they pull it down, it says blog, they click on that and it takes them to a Pixel Perfect website where they see the blog?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
And then just have one button on the top in a header that says back.
Yep, absolutely. You can do that.
Okay, so then you'll be able to import it into Cheetah.
Yeah, but here's my thing about it. If you're new and working in the blog, and you spend the next 2, 3, 4 weeks working in the blog in Pixel Perfect, and now you're going to have to redirect that thinking because now you're going to have to learn to rebuild in Cheetah. Even if we can port everything over, it's not going to be exactly the same functioning and setting up as Pixel Perfect. So you have to relearn it. So my thing would be, can you wait? Is it possible to wait and just learn it in Cheetah one time, learn it and build it, and then build it exactly the way you want especially when it's this close. Okay.
Shelley, it's Mark again.
Go ahead, Mark.
There's another way to do a blog. If the guys know WordPress,
Yep.
sorry,
WordPress.
they can make a subdomain blog dot and the name of the domain.
Yep.
And build a blog on WordPress. It's powerful.
Yeah, and that's what WordPress was actually built for, is blogs.
Yeah.
And it's super duper fast.
So
The only struggle with WordPress is just getting the right theme and the right customization.
But really, I thought we weren't able to use a subdomain on WordPress and Builderall. That's what Gustavo told me. Maybe it changed.
I can't remember.
I did it, so it's working.
Yeah, I think I have too. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll contact you, Mark, if I can't figure it out.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I've done so much I can't remember for absolute sure, because I've got probably about 10 WordPress sites now.
No, don't talk to me. I've been doing this all day with WordPress. I'm trying to get ahead of the stick, and I'm all over the internet, and everything it says to do, I'm doing it. It's not working. So I'm ready to get it.
Well, Willie, the biggest thing about WordPress is if you want to do a blog in WordPress, it is absolutely gorgeous and very simple. If that's all you want, is just the basic, real streamlined blog look. But if you're looking at having it customized and looking a certain way, then it starts getting harder, because WordPress does not play well with customization and getting it to look exactly like what you want it to look.
Well, when I first started making websites, I made them in WordPress, so I'm kind of good with that.
Good. Then you could. That's definitely an option you can do. And if you leave it in WordPress, then it's just a button on your Cheetah website leading them to that subdomain, and then a button on your WordPress leading them back to your Cheetah site.
Yeah.
Well, good, Willie. You can build mine.
Hey, we can talk, or we can get together and we can build it together.
There you go. All right, you guys. So I have shown you roundabout and all around how we can work with opt-in forms. Definitely being able to set up opt-in forms going to the same list by bypassing that email confirmation page and sending them straight to the thank you page. And you can tag them as they're coming in, which is fabulous. And then you can actually set it up so that they get very specific emails from your email sequence. Now, you guys saw me create these emails in the same exact sequence, but I want you to think about this. When you're creating email sequences, you can have multiple sequences going to the same list. So it might not be a bad idea to start thinking about how you can separate out your sequences, so that, let's say you have a whole list of people, and there's dog groomers, and there's dentists, and there's florists, and there's hair salons, all in that same list, but they're tagged differently. Then you might have an email sequence that's only for the dog groomers, because it's going to get really, really frustrating and confusing if you've got one email sequence and then all of your emails in there, because there's just not a really good way, except for the naming convention, of being able to separate out these emails inside the email sequence. So if you create just one email sequence for your hair salons, one email sequence for your dog groomers, one email sequence for your whatevers, I think then you'll be able to keep better control of it. So showing you all in one email sequence is probably a little bit deceiving, because if you've got a big list with a lot of tags, then you'll probably want to separate out those tags into separate email sequences to make it easier for you to find your emails that are going out to those people, and what's sending, what's the part of the email sequence versus what's a regular email, like a broadcast email. So there's definitely good best practices on how to organize your email sequences when you've got a lot of tags. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Yes, this is definitely about tags. I was just wondering, I have a client that's an insurance agent, and he's building a list, and he wants to, using Mailingboss, and wants to export, let's say, all the hair salons, and they have the hair salon tags. Can he export a CSV file by sorting it by tags?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and go to share, and we'll go to subscribers. Let's go to lists and overview. And let's go to export and filter by tags. So yep, I can filter by whatever tags are in that list. Absolutely. I think that's relatively new too. I don't think they had that before. So that's a really, 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 really good change. Anybody else? Questions? Frankie, question?
Okay. Concerning the unsubscribe, if one of these persons on your list decides they don't want to be on it anymore, so what link do we specifically get to put on our emails so that they can unsubscribe?
Oh, you don't have to. The system does that for you automatically. Every
Great.
single email that goes out is going to have your company information because that's required by the Can Spam Act. And if you try to take that off your email, it will not let you save that email. And then below that, there's an unsubscribe link that it automatically puts on there. So you don't even have to worry about it.
I can't tell you how I've agonized over that today.
Yep, no agony, no agony. It's automatically there. That's another amazing thing about Mailingboss is there's so many things like that that are integrated in the system that you don't have to think about. They've covered you for the Can Spam Act. They've covered you for GDPR for setting up your opt-in forms. They've covered you to make sure you have that unsubscribe available on every single email that goes out. It's just absolutely amazing what is set up for you automatically that you just don't even have to think about. Because, I mean, what person that's just coming into digital marketing knows about the Can Spam Act? What person knows that there has to be an unsubscribe on there?
Right.
So it's all set up for you and automatically in there, so you don't have to worry about it, not even a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Is everybody using the GDPR check boxes?
I do sometimes and sometimes not. You just have to think about what's your market, who are you reaching, and if you're reaching anyone that might be from a European nation, then you need to have that on there because there are stiff fines and penalties. Now, excuse me, I am little bitty Shelley Turner in the Delta of Mississippi. I'm pretty sure that if I get a form out there that doesn't have GDPR on it, and somebody from the UK sees that and fills it out and reports me because it didn't have GDPR, I am like such a little fish. They're not going to get a whole heck of a lot of money out of me. But they are coming after people. So don't let me fool you into thinking they will never come after you as a little fish. But I weigh the consequences if I do get caught. And I just don't think that right now, I don't have millions and millions that they can come after me for. They're coming after big, huge corporations that are obviously misusing people's information. And that's the whole idea behind the GDPR, is it has to give users the ability to unsubscribe, to be completely deleted, to be forgotten. They have the right to be forgotten, which means their information is expunged from the system completely. That is that law. So, you know, there's companies out there that you can unsubscribe, and you guys have seen this happen, right? You unsubscribe from something, and then all of a sudden you've got 15 more lists that are sending to you, right? So that's what the law was set up to be able to combat. Not little bitty old Shelley that if you unsubscribe, guess what? You're unsubscribed from my list. I have no problem with it at all. So it's really meant right now for the bigger fish, but make no bones about it. It's coming to the US. It's coming worldwide. It's just a matter of time. So you do want to educate yourself on how the GDPR stuff works and integrate it when you can. So at some point it becomes very natural and you just don't have any problem with integrating it at all. Okay.
Does it affect me in Panama?
No, because you're not a European nation.
Yes, but can they come after me if I don't have the GDPR, even if I'm not in the US?
If you are marketing and having people from any European nation sign up, it actually does. But my question is, if you're in Panama, are the international laws going to allow them to come after you in Panama? That's the next big question. And you and I think, are little fish enough. We're not Microsoft. We're not, I don't know, some of these big companies that have been caught already. But again, don't sit back and go, I'm just a little fish. I'm not going to even learn about it. I'm not going to do anything. You need to be learning about it. You need to be learning about how to set it up. And anytime there's potential that you can have someone from Europe sign up using that opt-in form, you want to set it up for GDPR.
Well, if you do SEO, you don't know where these people are getting your
There you
information.
go. And it even counts if they're a European citizen that's traveling to Florida.
Shelley, can you check with Julio, because when someone unsubscribe, they are supposed to be erased from the list. They just tag unsubscribe, but it's not what the law says. They are supposed to be erased from the list.
My understanding, Mark, was that they can unsubscribe and they can still have the status of unsubscribe. They have to request to be forgotten, and that has to be in writing, and it has to be, they do it in writing, and there's like a 30-day period that the company has to completely expunge all their information. Unsubscribe, my understanding, is different than to be forgotten. It's two different things. But I'll look it up again just to make absolutely sure.
Okay, yeah, because that was not my understanding.
When I was doing all the work to try to figure out GDPR, there was a distinct difference, but this has been about a year ago that I looked it up. So the laws have changed a few times since I was doing my deep research. So I'll look it up again, just to make sure. But unsubscribe was classified differently than to be forgotten.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else, you guys? Are you excited about what you learned about tags? Yeah, I know Chris is. He's like, all right, insurance guy, we got you taken care of, dude. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. It was lots of fun as usual. I'm so glad.
Dominic down there.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Willie.
Got Dominic down there.
Oh, Dominic, I'm sorry. Did I miss you, Dominic? I saw you just now doing that. Oh, wait.
It's okay. It's okay. Now I just wanted to ask, so what's the chance now that, you know, Builderall's went back to what we all know and love? What's the chance of us getting boot camps again?
Especially really close. We were actually, Eric and I were talking about it again. You know, the issue right now, Dominic, honestly, is just time, because in the stuff that I'm doing now, there's just so much limited time. And there's a lot of prep and planning and thought that went into putting a 5-day class together, you know, 1 and 2 and sometimes 3 hours a day. So to get that amount of time for me is really, really difficult, because there's so many different, I have my fingers in like every pie of Builderall now. So yeah, it's crazy.
I definitely know that.
So to get that time to do those boot camps for me is actually really hard. My goal though is to hopefully get things organized and get processes in place that I can step back, because those processes will happen without me having to baby them, right? That's the whole goal anyway, is to have these processes working without me babying them. So my hope is that somewhere down the line, I'll be able to do some more of those boot camps, because those are so valuable. And I could see the difference you guys were, the difference in the amount of stuff you guys were able to do by offering those boot camps. Plus, it gave you that updated, up to the minute training after everything changes, right? You got the newest, the latest, and the greatest of how to do it. So we're talking about going in that direction, and we'll see how it goes. That, you know, my heart is there in the boot camps for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, not that I'm struggling with Cheetah. I just, man, I'm a master at Pixel Perfect because of the boot camp. So that's why I was asking. Now that I'm digging into the Cheetah, it's like, man, we need a boot camp.
I know. You're right. We need several boot camps with Cheetah. And we're looking at it. We've got some stuff that we're planning, and you guys, yeah, I'm so excited about what we've got planned. And all I can say is just be ready, because there's so many things that we've got on the table that are kind of moving pieces right now. But when we bring it out and roll it out to you guys, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. I get tickles every time I think about it. Really, really good stuff.
I just want to say real quick, Willie, if you didn't see it, I sent you a private chat with the link in it.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, get that before we close, because once we close, it will be available.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure you get that. And Chris, thank you so much. Chris said, so happy that Shelly's back and feeling better. Thank you so much, because I'm so happy too. The only thing I got to do now is get rid of the stitches, because they're irritating the crap out of me, right? I don't know how people with braces do it, because all I've got is the little stitch that's like poking into my cheek. And I feel like I'm constantly doing trying to, like I got a piece of food up there or something. It's driving me nuts. So I'm so ready. What wax?
Did they give kids with braces?
Oh yeah, well, I don't think they let me do that, because it was an open a surgery, like they cut open stuff. So I'm sure they don't want me to block it and not let it get healed before I try to close it all off. So I'm pretty sure that the dentist would probably hurt me really bad. But and I don't want her to hurt me, because she's really nice. Oh, I have discovered a new medication. I just want to let you guys know, Xanax is the bomb diggity. I never had it before, and they gave it to me before the surgery, because I'm like really nervous when it comes to the dentist. And so they gave me 1 to take the night before, and then 2 to take 1 hour before the surgery. And I don't know what I was thinking, but right before I went in for the surgery, I did a Facebook Live. You can tell I'm as high as a kite. I watch it now and I'm like, holy crap, what possessed me to do a Facebook Live? And then I stood up to go back into the room, and I literally fell. My husband was on one side of me, and the dentist assistant was on the other side. And with being so loopy from the medicine, I couldn't get the feedback from my prosthetic leg, so I didn't realize that I was going down. And I just went down, thunk, right on my prosthetic leg. It was great. I was like, wow, that was perfect. And I stood up and I was giggling. I mean, it was so crazy. but they got me into the chair and they started the gas. And I asked the assistant, I was like, is the gas on? And she said, yeah, it sure is. And she said, but I've got it on really low. And I said, can you turn it up a bit? That's the last thing I remember. So Xanax and the nitrous oxide, perfect. Perfect. So if you guys have any dental fears, Xanax and nitrous oxide will take good care of you.
I
Just
think
wanted
you
to let
should
you guys
take
know
that. You take that and then you sign your first dental client.
Exactly. I was worried I was going to come home and try to teach another list hopping for fun type course, but I didn't. I was actually hurting quite a bit. But yeah, it was great. I would recommend this dentist to anyone. She did a great job. The medication did really good, keeping me really far from being anxious. And I actually don't remember really anything about it. So it's fantastic. That's the best way to do it.
Hey, Shelly.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's asking in the chat, do you know when the A/B split testing feature in Canva is going to be in Cheetah Builder?
I haven't heard anything about A/B split. I haven't even seen that on the list yet, so I'm not sure when that's coming. I know they're working hard to get Canva, but there's no hard date on Canvas yet. But here's what I'm saying is I think personally that by June of this year, so it's March, let's see, February, March, April, May, June. So 4 months is when I'm guessing that Cheetah is going to be close to what Pixel Perfect is. And I know that's a big difference in what Eric is saying, but my rule is whatever Eric says, multiply it times 3, and you'll get a little bit closer to the actual date. Then if it comes in earlier than that, you won't be disappointed, right? But if you go by his date, and you might get disappointed because he doesn't hardly ever hit it like right at the date that it actually comes out. So multiply.
He has high hopes. He has high hopes.
What, Bonnie?
He has high hopes.
He does have high hopes, and you know why? Because he wants.
He wishes he could just snap his fingers and have it done.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Work that way.
Deliver it to everybody because everybody wants it. We really want all these tools and tricks and features and stuff like that, and he really wants to get it out to us. So he kind of jumps it a little bit ahead of what it probably will be. So rule of thumb, multiply whatever he says times 3, and then if it comes in early, he won't be upset at all, and it probably will not come in later than 3 times the time. Does that sound good? All right.
I know, when he said Cheetah will be all done by the end of March.
Yeah. Well, he said it would be all done by the end of December.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And then January, and then February.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, but I actually never fault him because, to be honest, I understand what he's doing. He wants to get it to you guys, and he's pushing his programmers and his team so hard to get it to you guys. He really wants to deliver that product and all the features and stuff. So his heart's in the right place. He just doesn't quite understand the timing of software. He does understand it. He just bypasses it a little bit. But be patient, and y'all, there's so many good things coming. I wish you could be little flies on the wall when Eric and I talk about some of the things we're planning. And then, like, my marketing team is meeting tomorrow. We're going to talk about some of the things that we're going to work on. They're so excited. It's all so exciting in the background right now. And we're trying to do a better job of kind of keeping it quiet so that when it does come out, you'll be like, wow, that's what they were working on the whole time, right? So you guys are really excited about what's coming out, rather than us saying it's coming out. No, really, it's coming out. So by the time it does come out, it's like old news. So we're really trying to really hold that close to our chest so that when it is time and it's ready and it's tested and ready to go, we can actually release it to you guys, and you guys will be really excited about what's coming. So lots and lots and lots of good stuff. That's all I can say. But let me let you go. You guys have, one more. Willie, go ahead.
If anybody ever needs to get to Cheetah and convert it to, Canvas and get it to Cheetah, what I do is I put up a new tab. I go to Cheetah, put together my website, then I go back to Cheetah, open up another tab, and just copy all the pages and hook them up that way.
Great.
Shelly, you finish, Willie.
Go ahead. I'm through.
Do you think that there's any way that on the tabs it can tell you what freaking page that you're working on instead of it just saying Cheetah? And you have no idea from those 10 tabs.
It says it on the top now.
Since when?
It's been for a little while now. I actually asked for that myself. When you've got a page open, it says the page that you're working on.
Does? I'll have to look right now.
It still says Cheetah.
Right now I'm going to pull my hair out of this WordPress e-commerce.
Yeah, it's right, Bonnie. It's right over your top header there.
Yeah. So that was one thing that I did ask them for was when I'd have multiple pages open in Cheetah, I'd be going back and forth and couldn't figure out what page I was on.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do a lot of testing. So I don't have content on the page. It's just plain. And so I couldn't tell where I was at. So I said, I need something to tell me what page I'm on. So if you look at the very top, it should say Cheetah, and then it'll say whatever the name of your page is. So you can see exactly what page you're on. It's at the very top.
Okay, I'll look right now. I'm gonna rip my hair out with this.
Well, don't rip your hair out.
I got it. I have to get this e-commerce done. I'm doing WooCommerce, and I haven't done WordPress for years now. Now it's like trying to reprogram my brain, and I can't get the damn header to stick.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. Don't pull your hair out. You're beautiful with the hair. I'm sure you're beautiful without, but probably more beautiful with it. But so keep it in there. And Carolyn messaged me and said she had the same procedure, and she said it was awful with no gas. Carolyn, all I can say is OMG. I can't imagine. The Xanax and the gas, wonderful, right? So just give me a call if you need to have that again, and I'll talk to your dentist about everything you need, because I know. But anyway, let me go so you guys can have a great night. And don't forget to get in there and practice with Cheetah, practice with your email list, practice with your subscriber list, and build something amazing in Builderall.
Look, hey, they designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Look, if you're trying to build the name of your brand that came with a plan, get your name in demand. With Builderall, you can save your day in advance. Keep the apps automated so you barely need to glance. Listen, think of all the power that you hold. It's a new globe, everyone is grabbing for their phones. Imagine the control, build your passion on your own. And the more that you connect, the more attraction they will show. Not only a sales funnel, look, this is more advanced. This will help you compete, but have the upper hand. Keep your products in demand. It's all in one spot. You don't have to calculate and feel afraid with your thoughts. Automate your response. Drag and drop your site, or click map your fans, see the pages they like, or use the video wrap or capture their sites. Design your own app from scratch, just how you like. Yeah, they designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Design with y'all in mind, let entrepreneurs shine. Tired of the 9 to 5, you starting your own grind, and it's alright. They got the tools you need. The connection they designed is truly unique. Never been able to express my views with ease. I move, release, double click, and knew I'm pleased. My clients as well, tired of the hoops and leaps. Too many things in the way of my truth and dreams. A Builderall rock star is what you really are. Tune in on the internet will make you a star. You don't need to study hard, all it takes is a start. Work every day and move higher till you way off chart. Stay on, never sleep on none of the apps. It's a free sign up just so you know in advance. Builderall's for the legends, nothing's holding you back. You got the tools and the plan, you can stay on track. Believe that. They designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall.